The UEFA Champions League quarterfinals wrap up this week with the second leg rounds kicking off tonight. Defending champions Real Madrid are in London where they take on Chelsea. Carlo Ancelotti's men boost a 2-0 lead from the first leg earned at the Santiago Bernabeu. In Italy, Napoli host AC Milan, who lead by 1-0. Tomorrow, Manchester City will face Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena, while Inter Milan welcome Benfica at San Siro. Now, for more on this, we're joined by international sports journalist Akatugba. Very good morning to you, Omar. Always good to speak to you. So Real Madrid and Chelsea meet in the second leg. How do you see this one going with the defending champions and a blue side that has been struggling and Frank Lampard just arriving?
Good morning. I see a very hopeless situation for Chelsea. They are facing the greatest football club in Europe, the Champions League team. When you talk about the Champions League, you think about Real Madrid. They won the first leg by 2-0. They go to England. Real Madrid is not a team that will throw away such a lead, especially against a Chelsea side that is in shambles. I don't see anything happening in favor of Chelsea. I mean, any Chelsea fan who says Chelsea will make a comeback is just being optimistic. Anything other than that, it's not going to happen. Real Madrid are almost through to the semi-final. But of course, some persons believe that this is football and anything can happen. But the only thing that can happen, as far as I'm concerned, in England is a Real Madrid win, or at worst, a draw.
Omar, you're not giving Chelsea even a little bit of hope. But Napoli manager Luciano Spalletti has said that Victor Osimhen's return will be a game changer as they go into the encounter with AC Milan. We did see Osimhen playing this weekend. One way or another, we will see an Italian side in the semis, right? So would you say this is the best chance for an Italian side to win the Champions League for the first time since 2009, 2010?
Well, it looks like that because, like you said, an Italian team will play in the final. Because if Napoli or AC Milan, if Napoli wins against AC Milan or AC Milan goes through ahead of Napoli, they will face most likely Inter Milan, who went away to Portugal to win by 2-0. Well, to say if this is the best chance for an Italian team to win the Champions League after so many years, it's difficult to say because on the other side, you've got Real Madrid, you've got Manchester City, you've got Bayern Munich. Let me not even talk about Chelsea because as far as I'm concerned, Chelsea have got no chance. So these are major superpowers. And in terms of quality, the only Italian team right now that can somehow match these three teams is Napoli. And that Napoli is also on the verge of an exit from the Champions League. So I doubt if an Italian team can wage the quality of Man City, Bayern Munich, or Real Madrid. I don't think so. Honestly speaking, I don't think an Italian team will win the Champions League this season.
All right, so you just don't see it happening. Let's take a look at tomorrow's action. City travel to the Allianz Arena to take on Bayern Munich. So they go there with a 3-0 lead, which is pretty good. Pep Guardiola has a good chance of finally winning that Champions League title that has evaded him. But we all know that you can't write off Bayern Munich, right?
Well, you can't write off Bayern Munich, but tonight I want to boldly write off Bayern Munich. There's crisis at the Bayern club. They sacked Thomas Tuchel, I beg your pardon, Nagelsmann, who was trying to build a solid team, and he was fired, in the course of doing that. And Thomas Tuchel was employed. And since Thomas Tuchel was employed, they've been out of the German Cup. They are almost out of the Champions League, and the team is actually shaky. And that means that it's a very good time for Manchester City to face Bayern. And the first leg result confirms what I'm saying. So I think that City has got a fantastic chance of even winning in Germany tomorrow. They look very good with Haaland, who is scoring more goals than appearances. It is absolutely difficult to write off Manchester United. Like you said, this is the best time for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola to win the Champions League. Like you said, that has eluded the club in the entire history, and of course Pep Guardiola for a couple of years.
Omar, would you then say, from what you're saying, are you alluding to the fact that firing Nagelsmann was a bad idea?
I think it was a bad idea because of the timing of the decision. You allow a coach to finish his job and, bring in a new manager towards the end of the season so he can start afresh. But throwing him into the fray in the middle of everything will confuse him himself. And you can see that he's a bit confused. He's trying to find his way around the team because he has got a lot of players. And we know that most of the players at Bayern are not the type of players Thomas Tuchel would like to work with, but he won't say it. And internally, he will be looking for solutions. And one of that solution is trying to get Victor Osimhen for Napoli, despite extending the contract of Choupo-Moting. That says a lot, that they don't really trust in him. They want another striker, and that's why they're looking in the direction of Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, it was just lastly from me, Omar, Sadio Mane, he'll be available after that suspension that he received for allegedly punching Leroy Sané. What frame of mind do you think he will be in?
Personally, I think that he's not in the right frame of mind. In his entire tenure, entire Bayern, his transfer to Bayern hasn't really worked out as expected. And Sadio Mane is not in the right mood. I think that he will be thinking about an exit from Bayern Munich. And I also hear that the club wants to let him go. And I'm quite close to, people in Sadio Mane's inner circle. They've told me that things haven't gone as planned. And I think that the Senegalese will be looking for a way out. And that says it all about the mood that they will be in right now.
I just want to go back to Chelsea, Omar. We've spoken about Frank Lampard coming in on an interim basis. A couple of names have been thrown in the hat with regard to who could take over. Who are some of your options? Who do you think would be a right match?
I would be looking in the direction of Julian Nagelsmann. He's a very brilliant mind. I like how he operates. I like how he sets up his team. And I think that's the type of manager Chelsea needs. He's young, he's vibrant, he's full of ideas. Such a club as Chelsea Football Club needs new ideas, needs a breath of good, fresh air. And I think Julian Nagelsmann brings that to the team. I will not look so much beyond Julian Nagelsmann.
Yeah, Chelsea definitely, desperately needs someone to come in and save them from their current troubles. That was international sports journalist Omar Akatugba. Thank you so much for joining us live from Hanover, Germany, to chat about the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals second leg.